everyone. I'm so happy to be connecting with you today, my soul family, my spiritual rock climbers, my fabulous soul siblings and friends. Today I want to share with you something that has been so helpful, so important, something that my teachers shared with me that has been one of my single most helpful tools. And a lot of times my students will tell me this was the number one thing that helped them in their lives, help them manifest, help them relax and let go of a lot of stress. And it's called the soul line versus the goal line. So let's talk about what that is. The goal line is the things we want to manifest in our lives, the homes, the relationships. We want to manifest the house, the prosperity. It's the things and stuff that our personality and ego wants. But our soul cares very little about that stuff. What the soul wants is to learn. What the soul wants is to grow. And we all have spiritual contracts before we incarnate, and we don't necessarily remember what they are. We're born with veils over our eyes. And I think it's because this planet is not an open book test. We're really putting into practice, hi Kathy, how are you, sweet thing? Our curriculum, our karma. So whatever we've done in past lives, we're going to be on the receiving end of it in this one. So we want to learn and grow and expand as souls. So the way I perceive it in my mind's eye is the goal line is an ascending line like this, a vertical line, and the soul line is a horizontal line. So imagine trying to manifest the things you want in your life. You're going for the job interview. You're going for the, hi Kathy, you're going for the vehicle or the home. Hi Donald, how are you? So you're cruising along and you're trying to manifest what it is you want. But then you find yourself in a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort. Something has happened. Say for instance, your boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with you, or somebody steals something from you, or something doesn't happen that you expect to happen. This is when we end up on the soul line. The way I perceive it, when we're on the soul line, we're generally in some discomfort. We tend to learn more through our pain and heartaches and hurts than we do through grace, ease, and joy. So what I've learned to do anytime I'm in confusion or pain, I say, okay, well, clearly I'm on the soul level learning line. And I ask myself, I go inward and I ask myself, what is it my soul wants me to know right now? What is it my soul wants me to learn right now? And if I listen very patiently and quietly, wisdom bubbles up from within. When we ask open-ended questions, the answers can come forward. And that's true even when we do it for and within ourselves. So if we can really hear the wisdom, what the soul wants us to learn, what I find is if we learn that, then it's easier to transition out of the discomfort, get off the soul level learning line, and get back up onto the goal line where we start to manifest what it is we want with more grace and ease. I find if the soul gets what it wants, it doesn't mind so much if my personality or ego gets what I want. So often when things are challenging or painful or something bad has happened, it's compelling to blame somebody else. It's compelling to get angry about somebody who maybe you may think is responsible for bringing you happiness or joy. It's easy to go into that place. It's very natural. The other thing that we tend to do when we're on the soul level learning line or discomfort is to maybe go into pity for ourselves. We feel sorry for ourselves. We think maybe God doesn't love me, or I don't deserve good things, or I'm such an idiot. We go into judgment of ourselves or of others. And it keeps us in that uncomfortable place. It keeps us on the soul level learning line. When we're in victim consciousness, we cannot transcend that consciousness. We have to really consider how can we be empowered through this? How can we learn from this so that we can move out of victim consciousness, off the soul level learning line, back up to the place of grace, of joy, of ease, of easy manifestation. So it occurred to me after the Facebook Live I did last week, I didn't finish my story about my condo. If you didn't see that, I talk about the God box, the practice of surrender, which is really, really important. And so what I believe we need to do is When we have a challenge, put it in the God box and ask God, what is it you want me to know or learn? Ask your soul, what is it you want me to know right now? What am I supposed to be learning through this challenge or discomfort? So years ago, when I purchased my condo, I had been very excited because I felt very responsible. I'd gotten 2 spokesperson jobs, and I felt I could easily cover my new bills. And so I get into my condo and I'm ready to go to work. And the first job fell through. And then the second job fell through. And I was very, very scared. So I did ask, what is it my soul wants me to learn through this right now? And the words I heard inside of myself were patience and faith. Patience and faith. Know that God loves you and treat yourself the way you want the universe to treat you, the way you want life to treat you. And so I thought, well, that would be kindness, and it would be generous. So I decided to go get a pedicure, and I decided not to worry. In that moment, I chose faith over fear. Well, I got a call on the way home that a friend of mine I'd done some modeling for. She was asking if I could help her sell some products. It was a personal air purifier, Wine Products personal air purifier. A little shout out for that great product. And I said, yeah, I'm available. I don't have anything going on right now. So she goes, I'm getting a lot of calls. I'm going to give you the phone numbers, and I want you to call these people back and sell them these products. I can take credit cards. So I said, yes, I would be happy to do that. So by the end of the day, I had made $300 with a lot of grace and ease. I couldn't believe the God wink that had happened. And the way things unfolded were really quite miraculous and remarkable. Over the next 6 months, I made more money than I'd ever made before in my life, and did it with a lot of grace and a lot of ease, and a lot less work than if I would have done the spokesperson jobs, and actually made more money than if those jobs would have come through. So that was a really powerful soul level learning line lesson. To know that I'm loved, to know that I'm supported, and not go into fear, not go into worry. So if you're having a challenge in your life, if there's something that is uncomfortable or painful, something that's confusing for you or that you don't like, just say, you know what? I guess I'm on the soul level learning line. I guess there's something I'm supposed to be getting from this. And then you just kind of go inside of yourself and say to your soul or higher self or source, whatever really resonates for you. The term isn't really important. It's just that more expanded part of you that is sitting next to God, or perhaps it's even Spirit himself, herself, and just go within about the situation that's causing you hurt or heartbreak. Say, God, what is it you want me to know about this? What is it my soul wants me to learn by virtue of this experience right now? And just sit quietly until that still small voice bubbles up within and gives you the answer. And then you can ask, is there action steps I need to take? What is it I need to do to care for myself in this moment? What do I need to do to take care of my relationship with my soul self? What does it want or need from me? And what I have found as I do this, I move out of the pain and move into more expanded awareness. Perhaps action steps come forward for me to take that seem to start moving energy. Get back up on that goal line and start manifesting more of what we want with grace, ease, and joy. So the next time you're in pain, do this. And you can also put your request in the God box and then relax, knowing it's in God's hands. Hi, Joshua. It's so good to see you here. Because what I know for sure is that the universe loves us. God loves us. But we need to be able to receive that. And when we go into fear and worry, we're really disconnecting from that source that wants to care for us, that wants to carry us, that wants to inform us. And I find as I keep my eyes on that bigger picture, that more important relationship, I can be informed and I can be moved in ways that may not have been a conscious choice. I could be guided, like the wind is at my back and it's kind of moving me the direction it would have me go for my highest good and the highest good of all concerned. And it's easy to think, okay, yeah, God loves me, that's great. But it's more challenging to put it into practice when life gets very confusing, gets very scary. So it's a way that we can really start to put into practice with these tools ways that we can really start to exercise that spiritual muscle. And what I find, I think every time, and what my students tell me, is that they're met with information, God winks, guidance, support, that something greater is informing them. Because what I believe is that the universe wants to be in relationship with us. And I really believe co-creating is the most fulfilling kind of experience we can have while we're on planet Earth. Not relying on our own understanding, becoming like a vessel for the creative energy that is the universe to work through us and with us and in our lives. It is, hey Letitia, it's so fun to see you here. How are you, sweet thing? Co-creation is the best kind of creation there is. There's a joy to it, a flow to it. Abraham Hicks talks about going with the energy of the river rather than fighting against the current and going up the river. And they will say, hi Letitia, there's nothing upstream that you want. You might as well relax, let go of the oars, and let the energy of life carry you the direction that it's going. And now that I have this very faith-based relationship with that something greater, when something doesn't work out the way I think it should or that I want it to, I start to listen. What is it my soul wants me to do? No, what direction do you want me to go? And often it's very surprising. You know, my life is a complete surprise at this point. Every day there are blessings. Hey, Raleen, how are you? Every day I see God winks and miracles, and I think it's because I make my relationship with that something greater an absolute priority. When I forget to make that relationship a priority, it's not long before I'm off track and in some pain. And I've mentioned this before in some of my other Facebook Lives. If you've listened to those, or even if you haven't, the two most important relationships we can cultivate is the one with our inner child and the one with our higher self or source. If I take care of those two relationships, my life works. As soon as I forget one or the other, I'm going off track, I'm going sideways, and I'm starting to experience some discomfort and some pain. Aloha, mahalo, Raleen. I love you so much too. It's so good to see you here. So, yes, to learn to use our pain and discomfort to support us in connecting more deeply with that something greater. You break into tears when you soul search, Donald. It means it needs to happen. Tears are the healing balm to the soul. And I would suspect you've had some suppressed tears inside of you for a very, very long time. And I think most people have. Most people experience a lot of trauma and hurt and heartbreak in their lives. But often we're told, buck up. Big boys don't cry. You know, emotions can be messy. And often our parents or teachers or other people don't want to be bothered with our emotions. So most of us, as we arrive in adulthood, have a lot of hurts. It's like we're carrying around a backpack of pain. And so as we start to unpack these hurts, it can be like unloading cinder blocks and then bricks and then rocks, and then eventually we get down to the pebbles and then the sand and then the dust. So Donald, as I read this, what occurs to me is that you have some really deep hurts that you haven't processed in your life. Your inner child is probably really hurting. And the only way I know to really heal is to allow those tears come up, to be in conversation with that little boy inside that maybe has experienced hurt, and allowing them to communicate with you, allowing them to cry if they need to. Most of us have a lot of suppressed anger. Most of us have a lot of unshed tears. You know, I see with boys often, they're not allowed to experience sadness. And with women, we're not allowed to experience anger. But, you know, that's part and parcel of being on planet Earth and being human. We need all of our emotions. They inform us. You know, when people are angry, it's often because there's a boundary violation. I was told I couldn't be angry growing up, so I swallowed a lot of my anger and turned it inward, which ended up manifesting as health challenges. And it's like wearing, again, a prescription lens that's not your real prescription. You're seeing life through a distorted or fractured lens. So we want to heal that up. We want to, again, give ourselves permission to feel whatever it is that is authentic for ourselves. Cry the unshed tears. Something I do for anger is, I love you too, Jen Cochran. I got a plastic bat, and this is how I would release anger. I would get a pillow, and I would just start beating the pillow, and I would think about what I was angry about and just let that emotion up and out. And often beneath the anger is tears. And I would give myself permission to express my anger, express my tears. But what I know to be true is beneath anger is hurt, and beneath hurt is love. And so we don't want to not allow that hurt and anger up and out, because we want to get to love. We want to get to that place of peace and grace and ease and joy. We want to unload that backpack of hurts and heartbreak so that we can get to that more aligned, authentic, congruent connection with our soul and with Source. This is how we start to experience heaven on earth. And it is possible. I think it's possible for every single one of us. Every single one of us is a child of God and utterly adored. But can we know this for ourselves? Can we accept and receive this for ourselves? And as we express our unfelt or unprocessed emotions, we start to get clear. We start to travel more lightly with more grace and ease. We're not carrying around that backpack of heavy debris and toxic emotions. And I feel that's the work I've done in my life. When people say, Tammy, why do you have this amazing life? And it's because I was willing to do this work, to feel my unfelt hurts, to cry my unshed tears, to express my anger. And I become more clear, a clearer conduit. And it's sort of like, if you think about water finding its own level, as we let go of the heaviness, we start to ascend in our consciousness. We become a higher vibration. And then we start to attract and manifest and experience things that are of higher vibration, more graceful, easy prosperity, more joyful, loving human beings. Relationships become easier, less heavy, because we attract what we are. We attract our vibration. And if we have unexpressed hurts and heartbreak, we're going to naturally attract other people that are in that same place. If they have unconscious, unhealed hurts, because we haven't done our work, that's who we're naturally going to be attracted to. It can be called chemistry or passion. That's happened for me. But as I get clear, I become more discerning about who I want close to me. My boundaries become stronger. Jen, thank you, Jen. You're so sweet. I love you so much. You've always been such a cheerleader for me, and you are truly one of my greatest gifts on planet Earth. You are a wonderful reflection. And I'm just so grateful that I had the courage to say yes to this work. And I got years ago, I want to be a helper. I want to be a healer. I want to help people live better lives. And what I heard clearly as I meditated was God saying, don't even worry about that. Let your life be the living example. You just take care of your own garden. And that's what I've been doing. I've just been healing my hurts and getting to the place of greater love. My teachers would say it's like we're moving up the line of love, from fear to love. It's another way of looking at the goal line versus the soul line. And as we let go of our fears, we let go of our hurts and heartbreaks, we get to the place where we start to trust life. We trust ourselves. We trust our connection to that something greater. We know we're loved. And the fear no longer slows us down. We're just living a very bright light. And we trust our instincts. We trust our gut. We trust, again, that we are loved and supported. So when things don't happen the way we want, we go, well, it must be because God has something better for me, or this wouldn't be for my highest good. And when we can start navigating life in that way, it really is, again, heaven on earth. And I want that for you, if you want it for yourself. So, again, I have a bunch of guided meditations on my website. The surrender prayer, the sovereignty prayer. It's about giving God sovereignty in our lives. It's about letting go of the fear. And even if you are afraid, to say, you know what, I'm afraid, be really honest about that, but I'm choosing faith. I'm choosing to believe in this moment that I am adored, that I am loved, that I am supported. And so I hope that's helpful for you. I know for me, this has been really helpful information, so that when I'm in hurt, I either cry the unshed tears, I let them come up and out, I express my anger in safe ways. Again, the plastic bat's a great way. You can also do free form writing, just writing whatever is inside of you that needs to come up and out. I kind of call it a mind dump. Just letting whatever is up inside of you come out, not suppress it, but let it up and out. It's sort of like, if you think about a good rain coming to clear the atmosphere, a good cry can clean out our inner atmosphere. It can remove those heavy bricks and rocks out of our backpack so that we are traveling with more light and grace and joy and ease. And then we start to experience the God winks, the synchronicity, the support that has always been here for you. You just weren't able to see it yet. When I look back at the terrible, quote unquote, things that have happened to me in my life, I really see now they were all in service to my soul's growth. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful every one of those, quote unquote, terrible things have happened, because it has helped me expand, and it has helped me cultivate compassion, and it has helped me figure out how to take care of my side of the road and my garden so that I can be of support for the people that are ready to be, I like something my friend Abby said, fertile soil. She goes, I'm really fertile soil right now. Everything you're saying really resonates. And she does the homework, and then she sees the God winks, and now the wind is at her back. And I want that for every single one of you. Because my life's amazing, it really is. But it's a lot more fun when I can share this amazing life with friends, my spiritual soul siblings, and my rock climbers. So if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. I have lots of guided meditations. I have my free ebook at Tammy B, PhD. I've got my book about love and relationships. I've got my book about prosperity. And I really think love and relationships, prosperity, life purpose, money, and health and body are the three primary areas that they're the opportunity and tools that we have to learn our soul level lessons here on earth. People say, oh, Tammy, I'd be so happy if I could just manifest the relationship, or I'd be so happy if I could just have the money, or if I'd be happy if my body would cooperate with me. And I say, if that just happened, you would miss out on the opportunity for the soul level learning. But if you get the soul level learning, you'll find your body does become healthier, it releases the weight. You'll find that graceful opportunity to make prosperity, the relationship that is fit for you, the right fit for you, can show up. As I surrendered my idea of what I needed a relationship to look like and said, God, instead, you decide. Wow, a different kind of guy came in. And it was definitely the man that God has sanctified for me. So at this point in my life, though I have struggled intensely with body and health, with love and relationships, both men and women, and with money, career, and prosperity, none of those things are a challenge for me any longer. And if there's anything I can do to support you in any one of those areas, it would be my honor, pleasure, and privilege. My intention is just to be a light and live love and help as many people as I can get to higher ground, if it's what they want, if it's what you want for yourself. And yes, feelings will keep happening. My teachers would say, I thought this was a helpful bit of wisdom as well, emotions are just information, but as we do our healing work, our unprocessed hurts, we start to get to the place of living life more from that place of peace and equanimity. So when you respond to a situation that used to bring up a lot of emotion, a lot of hurt or anger or sadness, and you start to witness it with a more peaceful mind and settled heart, more in equanimity, you know that great healing has occurred. And at this point in my life, I don't find that I experience a lot of intense anger, a lot of emotions. I might be disappointed, but it's a softer kind of experience. So the highs are pretty high, but the lows aren't that low any longer. And if I am really hurting, and again, that will be part of the landscape of planet Earth, we all will lose friends at some point. This is a very temporary experience. So people will die, animals will die, and we need to know that the soul continues, and to be able to just sit and cry our tears and allow our feelings. Allow them to process rather than put them in a closet and shut the door. So they're coloring our lives from behind the scenes. And we're seeing again our lives through the fractured tears and the broken hearts. It's not the most joyful way of experiencing being human on planet Earth. Although I think it is the way most people experience life on planet Earth. So the soul continues. Yeah, it's like we are eternal beings. We existed before we put on these skin suits, and we'll continue to exist after we drop them, as everything does. Energy doesn't stop. It continues on. So I have decided my personal intention this lifetime is to really do as much clearing as I can on a soul level. I want my karmic plate clean. And then I can decide whether I want to come back and be human again, or if maybe I want to go to a kinder, gentler planet, which might be more to my liking next time. But I think I took a big karmic bite. And often I think, it's not a level playing field here on planet Earth. It's nice to think it'd be lovely to be able to create a socialist society where everybody's manifesting the same things, but we don't know what each soul was doing prior to this incarnation, and people are born at different levels. Some are in a deeper hole than others, and so the most important thing we can do is take personal responsibility for our own healing work, our own clearing, and really getting back to the place of love. Something else my teacher said that was very helpful in regards to clearing karma. The most important thing we can do to clear our karma is to forgive. Forgive others that we perceived as hurting us or doing us wrong, and forgiving ourselves. That is the biggest karmic cleanser that there is. And I do have that guided meditation on my website as well, TammyBPhD.com. Forgiveness meditation is very, very, very helpful. Because in any situation where you were hurt or harmed or stolen from or betrayed, there is a soul level lesson and likely some sort of karma that's being cleared up. I do past life regressions, and that's been very helpful for me to perceive what was going on in relationships in past experiences. And it's made things make a lot more sense in this life, so I don't feel like a victim. I'm able to let that go. I'm really able to figure out what my soul was trying to learn through that, and forgive them and forgive myself, so that karmic pendulum doesn't have to continue to swing back and forth. Because, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not the most fun way of playing and creating and navigating on planet Earth. So if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. If you've got questions, thoughts, if you have a prayer request, I start every single day in conversation with Spirit. And I'm always sending blessings to my community, my family, my friends, and I always include my Facebook soul family. So if there's anything in particular that I can do, a prayer request that you have, I would be honored to hold you in my heart, because I'm having that conversation without something greater. And so if I could make any suggestion for you, I would say start your every day in an intentional way. What are your intentions? Is it to clear? Is it to heal? Is it to expand? Is it to manifest with more grace and ease? And again, if that's your intention, you definitely want to ask what your soul wants you to know. What is it your soul wants you to do, so that you can participate in a more co-creative fashion with your life. So I don't know how long I've been talking. It feels like it's been quite some time. And Gina, what are you saying to me? Yes, always start with forgiveness. Your soul was trying to learn something through all those challenging relationships. And the sooner you let them off the hook, the sooner you're going to get free, and the sooner you're going to start manifesting with more grace and ease, the sooner you're letting go of that victim consciousness and attracting other people of that same vibration. You're very sweet, Gina, and I could probably talk for hours. I was scared about doing my radio show, and I was scared about doing Facebook Live, because what am I going to say? But then it occurred to me, I'm never at a loss. There's always something going on. So, again, my sweet soul family, I'm so honored by your presence in my life. This sure has been fulfilling for me. I think this is the 5th week that I've done this. And I'm just enjoying it thoroughly, this connection, because I do think we heal in relationship. We heal as we relate to another, and we heal as hearts come together in the place of love and connection and compassion, and that really is my intention. So if you're struggling in any way, if you're hurting in any way, just know in this moment, I'm sending you blessings for grace and ease and comfort, for peace, for clarity. That's a really great intention. Clarity. God, what is it you want me to know? How is it you want me to move forward in my life? Please make your path clear before me with red flags and green lights for the direction you want me to go for my highest good, your highest good, and highest good of all concerned. So just know that I adore you and that I start every day with you in my heart. You can private message me at any time with any thoughts, ideas, questions. If you want to have a conversation, I like to be in communication. And again, I'm doing my radio show every Tuesday, and then it airs every Thursday. You can go to Empower Radio, look up Journey to Center Empower Radio. You can download the app on iHeartRadio and search Journey to Center Empower Radio. My shows will come up. And my cousin Rick says there's 156 in the queue. I've done over 500, but there's 156, I think. So there's a lot of conscious conversations I'm having with other people that bring to light a lot of wonderful tools to help empower you, to lift you up, to love on you. I hope you can receive that. Yes, receive the love that's pouring down on you always. Every second of the day, every millisecond of the day, there is love pouring down on you from angels and light workers and source. If you can open your heart to receive it, your inner container will start to expand. And again, your vibration will increase, and it will start to attract more blessings, more beauty, more grace, more ease, more prosperity, greater health, wonderful relationships, which to me, again, is heaven on earth. Yes, 156 shows, Journey to Center shows. So, Jen, thank you. I love spending the afternoon with you as well. I adore you. So many wonderful people here. And so, again, I love you. I don't want to take up your entire afternoon, just maybe most of it. And I'm honored by your presence. And again, know you're in my heart, my prayers. Be in touch with me. Download my free guided meditation, Tammy B. PhD, and look at my different guided meditations on there. Let me know if there's something else that you would like to see, something else that you would like to know, questions. And again, how can I support you? You are the child in whom God is well pleased. You are important. You are valuable. You are precious. The more you know this, the more you believe this, the more you can accept this, the more you will be able to receive it. The more you can hold for it, the more it will show up. We all have an inner container or an upper limits for how good we can stand it to get. And as you heal your hurts, that container empties of the negative and makes room for the positive, and then it can continue to grow and expand. And you will manifest more grace, ease, joy. You will travel more lightly, and you will experience more love, which I think is what we are all here to do from the soul level learning perspective, to transcend fear and to live a life of great love. So I do love you. I do appreciate you. So happy to be on this path and this journey with you. Again, know you're in my heart and prayers. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Charla. I'm so glad you're here, Allie and Jen and Gina. I adore you completely, and I love you unconditionally. And I hope to connect with you again next Monday, Manifesting Monday. God bless you. Onward and upward. Bye for now.